Case of fire.
I'm in the dinner.
What an exit.
You want to let your rice sit in the bowl and get nice and toasty for you?
One to two.
So we're just gonna sit here and watch it for 1-2 minutes.
Everybody's eyebrows gonna be on. Let me eat some more.
Okay, this is going to have to work. I decided to make I guess you can call it a New Year's video. Just something that I can personally look back on in how many ever years. I just randomly got the inspiration today. I don't know whether or not I'm gonna talk about my resolutions or quite sure exactly what I'm gonna talk about, but I just thought I would get a video going and see what happens. I guess I can start with how I think I have grown this year, I guess. I feel like this year has made me become so much more open-minded. I think like I am 100% more open-minded than I was the year before. And I feel like in this day and age, you have to be open-minded. You really won't get many places if your mind isn't open to a lot of possibilities and a lot of ideals and opinions and characteristics. It's like you have to know that there is like life outside of your own mind. So I feel as though this year so many things have happened. I can sit here and go on and on about the events that took place in 2016, so I'm not gonna get into that, but having those events made me rethink some things in my life, and it all just came back down to me, you know, living my own life but respecting other people's lives, not really casting judgment, not, you know, just it doesn't affect you. So keep an open mind, know that that is what works for them, and you do what you do that works for you. So keep an open mind. You don't have to accept people's opinions. You just have to accept the fact that they are allowed to have different opinions than you. So just keep an open mind. My arm got very tired, so I decided to sit this right here on my laptop, and that works. So what else have I learned this year? Obviously not how to do my hair, but oh yeah, this happened. Silk pressed and colored my hair. As you all know, the year before on my birthday I did a big chop. It wasn't much of a big chop, but I cut a lot of my hair off, and a lot being all of the relaxed ends, so I went natural, I guess. So yeah, I cut my hair, I flat iron, silk press, whatever. I trimmed the ends and I colored it. She just put like highlights. I love it. The straight hair didn't last very long. It lasted maybe like 2-3 days. So I braided it now, and I just take it out in the morning before work, and this is what it looks like all day. I get a lot of compliments on it, so I guess it's cool. I don't know, I like it. I love it actually. So yeah, you just have to be passionate, and I realize that you are not going to accomplish anything if you don't have some form of passion towards it. This past year has made me realize that a long time in my young adult life, I I always worked hard, but I did not consider myself a hard worker, if that makes sense. Like, I did what I had to do. I sometimes went the extra mile, but usually I didn't. And I just always thought that, you know, I could just do what's necessary, and, you know, God will make a way and blah blah blah, he'll make things happen. But as I grew like more into myself, I realized that that wasn't enough. It's not gonna be enough. It's never been enough, and it wasn't enough. And I just made the conscious decision to start setting things up in my life to make sure I want to live the life that I have. And I've honestly not been happier. Ever since I've taken my own life into my own hands, I guess you could say, I have never felt as successful as I do to this point in my life. I've never felt as valuable, and I mean that in the sense of, you know, in a at work kind of way, or, you know, whatever. I think that mostly happened over the past of this year. So that's definitely something that I have learned, and that's something that I have grown into. I saw Hidden Figures this past, I don't know when it was. It might have been, it wasn't too long ago, no more than 2 weeks ago, maybe not even 2 weeks, less, maybe not even, just over a week, maybe less than a week, I don't remember. But I just watched it, and it is a movie that has reached me in a way that no other movie has. It made me leave the theater, like, sorry, I'm shaking my bed. It made me leave the theater like wanting to be my best self. And not only that, I wanted to be more black. I don't know if that's weird, or I'm pretty sure it's not weird, but it made me want to be, you know, I wanted to be a black woman. It made me proud. And I guess growing up in a Caribbean country, being black was the normal thing. Like, if you weren't, you were the minority, and that's all I knew for a long time. And coming to the US and being reminded every single second that, hey, you're a black woman, you know, it kind of made me uncomfortable at first, because that's not what I'm used to. Like, yeah, okay, I'm a black woman, damn. Any other obvious facts you want to state? But this past year has definitely like made me fall in love with being black and embracing my blackness and exclaiming, you know, I'm black. Hidden Figures is just a great movie, and it just made me realize that I have the opportunity to do things that aren't anywhere near as important probably, or as successful as what these women did for NASA, but I have the opportunity to share whatever I want and say whatever I want. And it just, nobody ever knew their names, and now, you know, we have means of people knowing us and saying what we want and stuff like that. So it made me want to shine. Like, that movie made me want to shine for every woman who couldn't, you know. I did it. I want to do it for them. I want to do it for my mother, my sisters. I want to do it for my future daughter, for my future son. So it was a great movie, to say the least. Thank you for my sock, sir. No, this is not to play. No, 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 no. 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 Okay. One thing that I am proud of in this year, because not a lot of people, I don't see people really talking about how much good they've done this year, you know, as far as themselves is concerned. It's always like, oh, what I can do better, or what I can change, or blah blah blah, but you never really hear people say, oh, here's what I am proud of that I did this year. At least not a lot of people, I guess, that I know, or the people that I follow. I'm pretty proud of myself, of like who I have developed into over this past year. I am excited to continue to become exactly who I am right now. because each year I'm finding myself like feeling a certain way about something, and then I may feel differently in the next year, and I'm developing these different opinions and these different ideals, and it's just good that I know something inside me grows and something inside me, like, you know, has matured. Or I'm happy about that, because despite a lot of time feeling like I'm stuck or that I'm stagnant in life, you know, I have progressed. And another big thing for me is, well, I'll be graduating in May with my degree. So after facing so many delays and so many obstacles, and just, I won't get into the reasons of why whatever happened. I probably might do another video after I graduate, just like with my experience in undergrad and all this, but blah blah blah. I just want to say something like, if you are trying to accomplish something, keep in mind that it doesn't matter how fast you go, so long as you do not stop. Because a lot of times I didn't really think I would finish school. Again, I won't get into any details, but I never gave up, and that made me realize my perseverance and like my will to finish and to see myself through it. And I've had an overwhelming amount of support and love and encouragement over the entire time, and I am indebted to that. And I'm so thankful, because I have no idea what I would have done without a support system. I don't know how people do it, and you are commended. And I am excited for this year because I have made big plans for myself over the past year, and I've realized that the life that you want to live will only come if you create it for yourself. You have to create a life that you're going to enjoy living. It's not just gonna happen out of thin air. I think I spit. Yeah, it's not gonna happen out of thin air. And I used to have this idea that I had to keep my dreams like moderate, like don't do too much, you know, just go for what you are, you know, likely to accomplish, you know, something like that. And I used to tell myself, oh, you don't really need a high rise, and you know, blah blah blah, you could just stay what you could afford, and blah blah blah. I used to be like that thinker. But this past year, I told myself that I want to live in a high rise, and I want to work for myself, and I want to do these things, and I want to travel, and I know that I will accomplish that if I work hard towards that. Like, if that's what I want, then I can get it. And you're in control. Like, you're in total control of your life. And me realizing that over this year has set myself up for such a good year this year. And I am glad for that, and I am happy for that, because this is the first new year where I feel hopeful. Like, I feel like I will accomplish something that I have wanted so badly for so long. But now I realize what the first step was to getting that is just a change of my mindset. I really appreciate that about myself. That is something that I do not want to change. I never want myself. I never want to stop growing. I want to have the same feeling that I do right now every single year. I want to have learned something new, and I want to have that to take with me to the next year, to give me this feeling of hopefulness and of big aspirations and the feeling of success already being had. And I appreciate that. That is my New Year Better Me video. I hope you all have a great, incredible, fantastic, and every other positive descriptive word I can think of New Year.